Morning. Here we are. July 1st, 2025. I'm Marissa. My video diary. My fat bitch. Video diary. I had my hair trimmed yesterday. It looks terrible. I'm just ugly. That's all. But, I don't know. It's cut off. My hair was all fried on the ends. We have really hard water. And it fries my hair. And there's nothing we can do about it. So, anyway, now my hair looks like this. Now I look like this. Worse. Worse than I did before. Whatever. Whatever. Maybe I'm ugly enough now that people will leave me alone. They'll stop trying to make me uglier. Oh, what am I talking about? There was this nail salon that I was going to that gave me an infection, and my feet looked horrible for months, for like 2 months. It was awful. And I think she did it on purpose. The place, the place that I was going. Yeah. So then I went someplace else, and they did a better job. I went someplace else after I got everything all cleared up, right? Like, I didn't go spreading the wealth, right? Anyway, I decided to go back to the guy that did the silk for me, so I can wear long nails again. Yeah. Silk. Silk. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I just, I'm fat and middle-aged, and I want to feel good about something, right? Ugh. Now, though, that my hair has been, all the dead ends have been trimmed off, maybe it'll grow a little bit more. Because it had like stopped growing, and it wasn't that it stopped growing, it's just that it kept breaking. All the frizzy fried ends were breaking off, and I don't know. Maybe it'll grow some more again. I don't know. Oh, maybe my water's not going to change, right? Anyway. 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 Oh. New space. So yesterday I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out where stuff's going to go. I moved a few things around, and I can't move most of the stuff by myself. So I have to wait for the weekend for him to be able to help me. And the shelves still haven't shown up. I was hoping that the shelves were going to arrive yesterday, but they didn't. So, anyway, and I don't want to start putting stuff away on the other shelves until the new shelves arrive and I see which ones are bigger. I think the ones that I ordered are bigger than the ones that I have. So I want to use those ones in the studio, and the other ones in the storage room. But if they arrive and they're not bigger, if they're smaller, then I have to change them back out. So, unpacking stuff onto those shelves right now it's extra work that I physically can't do. So I'm trying to make sure, reserve my strength for the things that are going to go where I know they're going to go. And I thought I was going to put my big painting, the really big one, I thought it was going to go on the really big wall. Well, it's going to fit on the other wall. And if I do that, then the other two big paintings can fit on the really big wall. Right? So that's exciting. That was an exciting discovery for me. Yeah. yesterday. So it changes the layout of everything, and where stuff's going to go. So yeah, I'm waiting for curtain tension rods and shelving to show up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Anyway, anyway, and yesterday I also went to UPS to ship overnight the keys back to the other property management, the other place, and it's ridiculous. She has gone through so many employees over there, and I have told them I don't want to talk to them. Do not call me. Please do not call me. Mail me something in writing or email me, but do not text me or call me. So I get a phone call yesterday morning. I didn't answer it, from them. And it's from the cell phone number that was originally somebody else's cell phone number, right? Like, she had these two guys working for her to begin with, uh, Stefan and what was the other guy's name? Christian, right? Well, I get these phone calls been coming from the phone number, the cell phone number that belonged to Christian when I first rented the space from them, because it's in my cell phone that way, right? So when it rings, that's what it says, Christian from High Tide, on my thing. Well, there was a guy named Corey that then was using that phone, and now there's somebody else, and I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? Yeah. So I didn't answer it, and I don't even know what they wanted, and I don't really care, because yesterday I sent them the keys, and it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I am done with that. It is behind me, and I don't want to hear anything from them again. They've gotten money. They've gotten all the money they're going to get out of me, and I'm not doing anything more for them, and I don't want to talk to them. You know, it was so, when she came back to me with, oh, you owe $2,200 more when we reconciled our CAM fees for the year, and you owe $2,200 more. I'm like, no. And then when I went through all the paperwork, and we found that, and Omar did all the calculations, and we found that they actually owed me almost $700, I was just like, no. I So, that being the case, and the fact that women were living upstairs in a commercial space, and I was having to watch that. I was telling, um, the gentleman that does my nails. He's a nice guy. And I was telling him about, um, there was one girl. So, like, there's a couple women that have been there for a long time, right? And they're older. They're like my age, you know, in their 40s. And then they have like a new crop of gals that come through every few months. And those are the ones that are living upstairs. Um, and I think one of the older ones is living up there too. So a while back, I guess it was like 6, 7 months ago, there was a real young one that was over there. I mean, I didn't talk to any, by that point, I was done talking to them. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you. Um, and it was strange when we first moved in, or when I first moved into the space, and I went over because I was like, oh, they're my business neighbors, be friendly, whatever. I'll come over, I'll offer to write an article about them for in my magazine, right? Well, they got all weird about it. It was bizarre. Their response was really, really weird. And then there was the one woman that was working over there. She was coming over all the time and like looking in the windows because the windows have a reflective film on them. So to see in them, you have to like get up real close and have your eyes real close to the window. So she kept up coming up and like looking in or using the window as a mirror. And I'd be in there working and she'd be standing there talking on her phone, like, and like picking her teeth and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to be looking at this. Right. It was just weird. It was just really, really weird. I'm like, how do you not know? Like, I'm in here. You know, my car's back there. I'm in here. I can see you. Right. It was all really, really weird. And then they were, the other thing that was strange was after that then, because there was a mail discrepancy too. They had used my address for the business license. There's supposedly a business up there. It's supposed to be a spa called iBeauty, whatever the fuck that means, right? Well, there's never anybody that's going in there other than I have never seen clients go in there. I have only ever seen the women that work next door go up and down there into that unit, and they'd set up their business license with my address, and so it got delivered to me. Well, they use different names than what their names are legally, and it had some other Chinese name on it. It had some Chinese name on it. I didn't know which one it was. And I knew from talking to them that the person that owned the business I had never met. Well, this person lives in Florida. Oh, yeah. This is what I was told. So I have this piece of mail I just took down to the post office and put return to sender, not at this address on it. And they're like, well, can you just bring it over? I'm like, no, I'm not going to bring you your mail. No, I'm not going. And I said, and if you get anything from me delivered wrongfully to you, return to sender. Don't bring, like, that's fine. And then the property manager's like, well, can you bring it to me? I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. It was weird because they needed to, it was holding up me being able to get my business license. It took me a long time. Right. And I couldn't technically legally open my doors until I had my business license. So there was all this like weirdness about this. And this woman texts me out of the blue. Who gave her my number? I don't know. But this person, I don't even know if this person texts me telling me, "Oh, I'm Cindy. My legal name is Natasha something or other. I live in Florida. I can't be there to talk to you." I'm like, "You live in Florida? And your legal name is Natasha, but you go by Cindy? What? This is weird, right? Like none of this is adding up." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to like I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. You could be some dude. I don't know who you are." And it was just all strange. But anyway, like 6 months ago, they had this little one over there, really young looking. And it was very upsetting to me watching her interact with the old men, right? You know, I'm no stranger to chatting with old men, right? Having waited tables and then all the time that I used to spend with my grandfather and his buddies and whatever. But this was a very, very young looking Chinese girl. And these are old, wrinkled men hugging on her, kissing on her. And finally, this one day, she arrives in a vehicle with one of these old guys that I had been seeing coming in and out of there, the massage parlor regularly, a couple times a week, right? Who needs massage more than once a week? Even that, once a week is a lot. So, but he was there like multiple times a week. So she gets out of his car and she has and pulls all of these shopping bags from, the shops down in Santana Row. There's like a Chico's down there and um, There's a Tommy Bahama, and there's a couple others. I think there's a, is it a Coach store that's down there? Anyway, I'm looking at all these bags that she has, all full of stuff. And he picks her up. She's so tiny. He picks her up and is hugging on her and kissing her and telling, and she's like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." I mean, and it was just like sh her young naive mind is thinking that this is happiness, that this is success, having this old gross man taking her shopping. It's just, well, she's living in this apartment. This is not even an apartment. It's supposed to be an office, right? It's a commercial space. Well, after that, I saw her a couple more times, and then I didn't see her anymore. She was gone. And it was that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me when I saw it, because she was so young. She was so young. Just very upsetting. So I just don't want anything. And when I confronted them about it, the property management, they're like, and the property owner, she's like, "Oh, well, that's a really big accusation to be made." I'm like, "Bitch, you are not down here watching this shit every day." She talked to me. That woman talked to me like I was an idiot. Like I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. Like I was delusional. Of course I'm not. How am I supposed to have business when I got a fucking brothel above me? Just the whole thing. The whole thing is really upsetting. And, everybody's like, "Oh, no ice raids, no this, no that." Those girls, th- th- at least I don't have to pay for it anymore. I don't have to pay for it anymore, and I don't have to see it anymore. I I said my piece. I called it out. You know, Nothing more I can do, right? So that's all she wrote. The pencil broke, but it's just, now I'm trying to get my new space set up, and it's challenging. Yeah. So I made my fried rice yesterday. I made it yesterday morning, so there's fried rice. There's still some down there left over. We'll have it for breakfast. And then I was thinking, I have a jar of sauerkraut in the refrigerator, Bubby's sauerkraut. I think I'll cook that down. And I was gonna make an olive oil and parsley, uh, lemon pasta. I have shells in there, but I'm not. I'm gonna leave those shells in there. I'm gonna make some sauerkraut pierogi. Yeah, I'm gonna make sauerkraut pierogi. So we'll have those for dinner today. I'll cook down that sauerkraut and squeeze it and make some dough and pinch off some pierogies, and then we'll have those with onions and butter. Or it won't be butter because he can't have the butter anymore. It'll be Earth Balance. I have those with onions and garlic and parsley and Earth Balance, and then I have a cucumber and a tomato and a little bit more pickled beets. I'll make a little salad to go with it. That'll be good. And then I can go grocery shopping tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Meal planning here. Meal planning. And then hopefully today stuff will get delivered so I can really work on that space over there. I need to get it all set up. I do. So I can get back to working, Because right now I'm like thumb up my ass. And it's not that there aren't things around here that I could go do. I, it's, I could go work in the garden. Yeah, fat, lazy Larissa, you go work in that garden. Sure, I could. And every time I work in the garden, somebody comes over and destroys it. So, like, that's why I used to love it. I used to love it. That garden made me so happy, right? And then whoever it was that was sneaking on the property and, cutting down all my herbs and killed the fig tree twice. I had to get new the fig tree that's there now. It seems to be doing okay. But, just shit like that. But gardening, that's so much work physically. And it's like now that it hurts so much to do, it's like, sure, I could go do it. But now if somebody came and did it, before it was still a labor of love. And yeah, I was sore and everything. But now if I went out there and I did that, if I did all that work, if I went out there and did all that work and somebody came and destroyed it, which they probably would, because that's what has happened every single time. Because I'm not I'm not a citizen that matters in this country. They can destroy my stuff and I'll call the police and they'll be like, well, it's not worth more than $1,000. Oh, how do you know somebody did it? Can you prove it? Do you have it on camera? It's like, okay, I went out and did all this work and now it's all destroyed. So it's like there's no point. There's no point in doing anything. But, illegal Chinese hookers are okay. They can get away with doing whatever they want. They can get presents from greasy old men and buy new cars and get plastic surgery. And me, I gotta live with this fucking neck that I have as a result of somebody sticking me with a needle. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just feeling a little rough today. I guess I am. Brody, what do you think? Just stick to cooking and doing laundry like a good, stupid, worthless bitch.